Today is the 4th and last weekend. Today is Monday, so I have time to take off from work just to work on that front wheel bearing on my driver's side right there. So I will check it out. And here is the bearing that I ordered from again, look at my messy toolbox here. My toolbox here, I got US General here. Harbor Freight, guys, pretty good. This is like a 56 inch, I think, yeah, and everything is ball bearing. It's pretty good. Look at my messy tool in there. But I like this toolbox. I mean, I don't know how many drawer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 drawer. Pretty good. They are ball bearing too. So anyway, my messy garage. Here is the part that I'm ordering from ECS Tuning. This is the 46 millimeter socket to take out the spindle nuts, which is a 46 millimeter. I ordered that, and I also ordered these. It's made by German. Schwaben BMW front wheel bearing tool. It's just for alignment or something like that. When I put on, I will show you what this tool is for. It's just to make sure everything go in nicely, vertically. I mean horizontally, nice and straight. It's better to invest one of these, and these, I know you guys probably have this 46 millimeter already, but this is the recommended to do it correctly. And here is the bearing itself. It's made by FAG, I guess. This is what the BMW use on this car, the E46, according to ECN customer service. When I order it, say assembly right there. I guess that's a phone number. Germany, right? So they said this is OEM part. This is what the car used for. This is what the car is using. So here it is, guys. Brand spanking new. So it doesn't matter left or right, they can go both ways. So yep, so these are these are my puller. It's a jaw grip type puller. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but if it doesn't work, I probably need to go get another tool to pull the what is like a bearing or something like that as well. So yeah, let's start. I'm gonna lift up the car, use my jack, my 3-ton jack right here. Again, this is also a Harbor Freight, guys. Pretty cool. 3-ton jack right there. These are the tools that I'm used to change this bearing on my I have a cheater ball here, just an extra tube, just in case you cannot remove the collar, a nut, and my heater ball here as well. This is just an extension to help get more leverage. And here's the BMW tool. I would highly recommend it. And this is the 46 millimeter socket for the nuts, collar nuts. A little adapter here. It's easy to access. Here's a 3-jaw 2-ton puller. That's the one will pull the bearing, and this is will pull out the recess bushing. So I'll use this one. It's fine too. Alright, these are the tools that I use. That's it. Just to replace my front driver's side bearing. Spin the tire so you can hear the bearings is rubbing, or its bearings really bad now. See that? I don't know the camera will catch the audio on this one, but you can hear it. See, you hear that? Now if you go faster and faster, that thing is like roaring like a lion. Okay, let me go forward. That's how it hears, guys. This is the driver side, front driver side. Okay, let me show you the difference between the passenger side that have no issue with the bearing. When I spin it, silent, you don't hear nothing. You see that? Nothing. Silent. I don't hear anything like that at all. Alright guys, that's how it is. I'm gonna take it out and replace it. So just step by step. And this is how I jack up my car. I put the 2 jack under that car on both sides, and I also put my hydraulic jacks on the center under the engine bolt right there as well, just for safety, because I need to lift the car up and take out this jack. So it's a manual transmission. It's in neutral, even though I pull the handbrake on. I rather put these kind of this ram here just to avoid the car from rolling back, because I incline from the front. If it's automatic, you should not roll out, but since this is a manual transmission, it's in neutral. Even though I have my handbrakes on, I just, just be safe. I put that little ram against the back wheel on both sides, so that way it helps protecting it from rolling back. All right, let's go ahead and remove the front wheel on the driver's side. So next step is to remove the caliper. To remove the caliper, there's 2 bolt here. It's a 16mm bolt on both sides right there, one at the top and one at the bottom here. And you can see this guy right here. So there's 2, 1 and 2. These are 16mm. So in order for me to access the bearing, I'm going to turn this bearing to the passenger side so I can have more access to take that caliper out. Let me rotate like that, right there. So it's right here, and also one at the bottom here. Like this. Right here. Yeah, this is a 16mm. You can see.
just gonna hang this along with the strut just to hold it up. Alright, just like that. Alright, to take the rotor off, I'm using a, I think this is a 5mm hex. That, and I can pull the rotor out. Here comes the rotor. Put it on the side. Okay, now the next thing is to remove this dust cap by using a flathead screwdriver. Just tap it in lightly, and that will the cap will pop off. You can hear that. See how that rubbing sound? Wow. The bearing's gone. Alright. Out this stud here because I put a long stud here. Initially OEM car doesn't have the stud. They have the screw, the bolt that go in. So in order for me to use this back onto the new new bearing here that go into this hole, I have to remove this while it's still on the car. So I got to remove this stud out first. These are 5mm. When I put it back on, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit with the brake cleaner and put a blue Loctite on there. The next step is just remove this 46mm nuts here. This is a 46mm socket. I bought this along with the complete bearing. It comes with it, and also these tool to install the bearing back into the hub assembly. So that's your next process here, is to remove that. Make sure you bend this. So I already did. Got a really long leverage arm. That way it help you pull it, help you unscrew that thing. This thing is so tight. I think they torque it up to, I don't know. I know it's more than 100 foot-pound. I'll find out. We got it. Whew. Pretty. Okay. Now we got it. Remove that nut. Okay. Okay. And smooth. This is not smooth at all. I can feel the resistance, the roughness on that bearing. Okay, so when I take the nuts out, the next step I'm going to do is to get a like a 13 socket, deep socket like this, with a bolt like this. Just slide into here and just slide into this bore here, and use that as the guide to pull this bushing out. Okay, this is how I remove the bearing out. I'm using this jaw that I bought it from these are called OEM 2 and 3 jaw 2-ton puller. Got it from AutoZone, so it works pretty good. Here's how the package comes, like this. So you got 3 jaws. That's 1, 2, and 3 on the other side here. Excuse me. And I use a hex bolt here to insert into a 13 millimeter socket, go into that bore. It works nicely, just use as a guide. So when you turn this, that will push against that adapter, that hex nut, a hex bolt, and then the jaw will start to pull out the bearing. So I'm gonna hold this by hand so it won't spin. You can see the bushing is starting to move out. That's it. Oh, look at that ball. It just dropped right off. One of them would just drop over there. As you can see, I took the bearing out already, and now I need to remove this recess here. There's a lip right here. So the tool that I'm having right now, this tool here was unable to remove that recess out because it's not gonna grab that little lip there at all. So I need to get a tool that designed to pull that recess out. So in order to take that that recess bushing here, I use my mini tube jaw puller, which is I don't know, you can get this from I have this for a long time, like AutoZone as well. Any automotive place carry this, and they have another one that you can buy. It's more professional use. It's a 3 jaw puller. It's a 2 ton or 3 ton or something like that too. I'll put a link up here that you can see. That worked well, very well, but I believe this mini 2 jaw puller will work fine. See, what I did is you can see I use a washer here, just almost the size of that bore, almost exactly the same size of that bore, as you can see. So I'm just gonna turn it and see the lips on this jaw is very small, so it grabbed that that little opening, that little groove, very nicely on both sides. You can see that side and that side as well. So I'm just gonna turn it, and hopefully that the recess bushing will come out. So I'm gonna keep turning like that. Okay, you can see it's coming out now. So this tool's working fine, working great. Sweet. Perfect. So it's come out. Perfect. Great. So, yep, that's it. See, it grabbed through this groove here. I believe the one with the aftermarket does not have that groove for you to pull it out. So just FYI, if it doesn't have a groove, something like that, you might to kind of use it like a channel lock to grab it like that and kind of wiggle as much you can to come out, so you can clamp it from the back of this recess here to pull it out. So since this is an OEM, it does have that groove for you to pull it out using that my mini clamp that I have here. So yep, so I'm gonna clean this surface up a little bit, you know, maybe with the Scotch Brite or something like that, not to damage it, and then we'll put the bearing back in. Great. And this is my tool that I'm using. It works great, guys. These just a small nuts here that help. I just push inside that driver around that socket head and pull it out for you. Alright, next step is to clean that surface up and then put the new bearing back in. This new bearing. So that's it. See this new one? It does have these groove right there. So FAG manufacturer is a OEM part. That's why it does have that groove on the recess bearing right there. So, which is the one that I just pull out and show you guys right there. I don't know, I cannot just use this because this come with the bearing already installed. That's why we have to pull this out. Okay, you cannot just leave it in there. You cannot just leave it in there. You gotta pull that out because the bearing came installed in there already. You can see right there. So that's why you have to pull it out. As you can see, that's what it is right there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna clean the brake cleaner. Okay, once everything's already clean, next thing I'm going to do is just put the bearing back on, and I'm going to use this BMW tool to put the new bearing back on. So let me unbox this tool. I will put a link on the bottom for you guys if you need to get by with this. I would highly recommend it. Try to use this tool, just and try to invest this kind of tool for your car, for your Beamer. It's not going to cost that much. This tool is made by Schwanben, whatever they call it. I think this is it's a German name here. Pretty cool. So yeah, again, I highly recommend to buy these and keep it for the future in case you need to do the other side of your wheel bearing. Maybe they work for the rear as well, but yeah. So this tool, they have 3 part of it. Let me put the camera down so I can show you. Okay, there are 3 part of it. This is what do you call a pusher. This is called the pusher. No, this is the pusher right here. Yeah, once I will push it in when you thread it down, and this is just to thread it down. There's an inner thread right here that will thread it to the rod. That will thread it here into here. Okay, so that's what the inner thread is. So let me put this on and show you how this thing works. Okay, here's a 3-piece of it. there's a one piece right here, which is your nuts, and here's your the center part that will thread to here. That's it, just like that, just hand tight, should be enough. And then you put your pusher in. But before you put the pusher in, you want to slide in your new bearing in first. And before you slide in, make sure that inner diameter of here is nice and clean. And I can see there's some lubricant in there already. I don't have to put any lubricant or anything like that at all. So that's it. Just slide that in. As far as you can. And make sure these are nice and clean. Just like that. And then slide in your pusher. Like that. And then install your nuts. See, this is a nice ball bearing inside. I don't know what it is, but very cool design. So let's get tighting. See how it push in the bearing inside. It's kind of loose. I can tie by hand, but now it's stopped. But I'm gonna use my open wrench to turn this more to go in until it stopped. Okay, now I feel this stop right here. So next thing, I'm gonna just remove this out, and then put my collar nuts into here and torque it down to I think like 213 foot-pound, which is equivalent to what, 290 Newton meter, something like that. So anyway, 213 foot-pound. Let me remove this out. Okay, this wrench. Okay. So again, guys, I would recommend buy this BMW tool to install your spindle assembly. And unscrew this. Oops, put it back in. Save for your next project on the other side of the wheel. But hopefully not. But yeah, it's a good tool. Get it. It's not that pricey. It's run around probably like $60 or something like that on Amazon. Okay, now I can put my collar nuts back on, and then torque it to 213 foot-pound. For this bearing made by FAG, doesn't come with the a complete kit, like the collar nuts, the dust cap, and all that kind of stuff. But if you buy it from another company called SKF or something like that, I'll put a link on the bottom too if you guys want to get that one. That's a good brand also, and it comes with the brand collar nut and the dust cap and another cover or something like that that's go inside there on the bearing. So in this case it doesn't come, so I'm going to reuse this. I'm going to clean this a little bit, make it look. See. Let me pull it back. Okay, here's my torque wrench. Bought it from Harbor Freight. You can tell by the brand name here, Pittsburgh click type torque wrench. This one can torque up to I don't know, let's see, 200 something as well. By the way, this is a 40 millimeter socket, 46 millimeter socket for that collar nuts. And my torque wrench only go up to 150 foot-pound, but you're supposed to torque it to 213 foot-pound. So I'm gonna go get a torque wrench that can go all the way up to there. Alright, I already torqued this to 213 foot-pound, and I can test it, so it's nice and smooth. I don't hear nothing at all. Look at that. Remember on the previously, on my the bad one, you can, and smooth. This is not smooth at all. I can feel the resistance, the roughness on that bit. Tap this back in here to lock it into the shaft. Which is, I'm going to use my flathead screwdriver and just tap this thing in. Well, before I put the rotor back on, let me put my aftermarket stud here. These are stud here that I put it on, but I'm going to clean it off and put the blue Loctite on here first. Clean right there too. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to tie this down. Okay, look at that, nice and smooth, so quiet, nothing, I don't hear anything at all. Man, wow, so that's why. See, I used my existing dust cap. I already notched that thing already. There you go. Hopefully Okay, and then install that set screw back on. There's 2 set screw here. Nice. Look at that. Quiet. No noise, no rubbing sound or anything like that. Oh, sweet. Silent. Sweet. Alright, that's it. Now I'm gonna put the caliper back on and put the wheel back on. That should be done. Let me clean that a little bit. You hear anything? Nothing. But just a brake pad. All right, awesome.